We've got 2 fire investigators here right now. We have other resources if the fire department needs them. Right now, Kansas City Fire Department Investigations Division is working along with us and Kansas City Bomb and Arson to determine a cause. There's absolutely nothing at this point to indicate that it was a set fire. We don't have any evidence that it was a criminal act at this point. But again, like all fires of this size, we have to do our investigation. We have to look at all the possibilities and start taking things off the table to determine to the best of our ability what the cause was or what it could have been. At this point, we're not going to get investigators down into the brick structure. It's just too dangerous, still too big of a collapse risk, and there's still fire burning down below. And the fire department's spraying water on that as needed. We are going to make entry into the brick portion of the building, the showroom of the furniture store. We'll be able to get in that way. We've had our investigators, Kansas City Bomb and Arson and Kansas City Fire, up in the ladder truck looking down into the fire, and our investigators can tell a lot from that angle. A big benefit to us on fires like this is that it happened in the middle of the day in a very populated area. There were a lot of witnesses, there were a lot of people to interview, a lot of people to talk to, and so as investigators that helps us tremendously as we begin to figure out what might have happened. In a building that has this much fuel load, this much stuff in the building, furniture in this case, you know, all of that's highly combustible. So this fire, once it started, it had plenty to work off of. And so, yeah, absolutely. That's why we often can't, in a fire that burned as hot as this one, we can't tell you an exact cause. We're able to go in and rule a lot of things out, but we may have 2 or 3 things at the conclusion of the investigation that we just can't determine between the 2 or 3. So that's a possibility with a fire like this, but absolutely a warehouse in that kind of setting with those contents, it's certainly going to burn. It's going to burn hot, and it's going to put out like the smoke clouds that you saw yesterday. All of that factors into what's contained in that building. Sure.